So I saw something the other day, like on social media or something, that said, I'm too afraid to take my meds because I'm afraid that it'll affect my creativity or will affect my art. And, like, it, it pissed me off. Because I've been struggling with this for a while, because you always hear, like, oh, the troubled artist always makes the best art. And no, you can't avoid taking your meds. You can't just let your mental health dwindle to just a pile of garbage just so you can you think you can make good art because you're upset and want to be in a destructive place. It just doesn't make sense to me. Okay, of course you may start out as maybe your depression, your anxiety, or whatever you may have convince you to make art. For example, like, I know in middle school, I was bullied, and I started making art to make me feel like I was in control of the emotions I was feeling. That kind of carried out through high school. So, mental health may have, like, triggered you to start doing art like me, but it didn't make me better. It didn't make me create great art. It just made me do more of it. It's not a requirement that you are mentally ill to make good art. You can't just skip out on taking your meds because you're worried that your depression, that your self-destructive tendencies will let you make just these beautiful, gorgeous compositions. Like, oh my god. Because even when I'm in, like, deepest of my downs, I will make some pretty crappy art because my emotions are basically controlling me. Of course I don't have the techniques down, so I'm just scribbling what I'm angry at, or what I'm just spiraling out of control and just putting it on the page. So, yeah, maybe my mental illness might help me do more art, but it doesn't make me do good art. Good art comes from practice, comes from observing, comes from learning the techniques and getting them down. It doesn't really do anything else for you. My god. It just makes me so angry when I see things like that. For example, like, the Van Gogh thing. Oh, Van Gogh, if he took meds or if he wasn't depressed, he wouldn't have painted Starry Night. Like, yes, he would have. If he wasn't depressed, he still would have found an affinity for art. Maybe he still would have tried to perfect it, because I can't even get into his mind, but I can't say that, like, he made good art because he was severely depressed and had psychotic breakdowns. You can't model your artist self after just something so terrible. Which is not something you should do, because it makes people want to just do bad stuff every single day. There was some YouTuber I was watching, I can't remember who. He grew up in an abusive household, I remember, and he was talking about it, and he was talking about his success, and he said, success stories don't come out because you got out from a bad past. He became successful despite of his past. Oh my god, I felt sick for like a week afterwards, after I read that, because it's so problematic. You shouldn't want to feel that way. You shouldn't want to not live anymore. You shouldn't, whatever. It's it's just, this entire video is just me just being angry. So I'm sorry that it couldn't be a little bit, like, more positive, but that's just my opinion on it. I was watching some other YouTubers talking about, like, art YouTubers talking about how, like, art, depression, mental illness, etc. coexist, and they thought that the reason why mental illness seems to go hand in hand with a lot of artists is because artists think really deeply. Therefore, when they think really deeply, they think so much that they automatically become depressed, or, like, they compare themselves to other artists about their art that they automatically become depressed. And that may be a part of it, but I honestly can't see how good art requires you just to be depressed, especially when you're inflicting it on yourself. Please don't inflict bad things on yourself just in the name of art. Just let people be happy. I don't like seeing glorification of bad things just to make another good thing. Art is supposed to be a good thing, one way or another. But anyways, I have been getting some questions about, like, how to do hair. I'll do that next week. I have no idea what I pre-recorded for this video. You might have that. I just want that to be cleared up. You shouldn't have to suffer to make good things. You can be a good you can have like a relaxed life and still do good things. Your hard work should define your good things in life. Of course, I'm just gonna tell you just the disclaimer. If you're ever feeling like scary thoughts, like suicidal thoughts or getting impulses to hurt yourself, always go talk to someone. Especially like for me, I just annoyed my dad to the point where he would take me to see a doctor so I can get some medication. And before that, I was bugging people. People to see if I could see a therapist, and meds worked out the best, so here I am. So this was basically a rant video. Stay tuned next week. I'm going to do a hair tutorial. Someone asked me on Instagram. If you want to ask me questions, see any more videos you want, see any more video tutorials, or have any questions, you can put them in the comments section below. Just put like 3 question marks before your actual question, and then I'll just look them up. Or you can tweet to me on Twitter at s.c.linart. You can hit me up on Instagram. That'll be the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your Thursday.